Yeah, hey guys, and we're back to another episode, or even another premiere even, sorry, of X-Plane 11. So, as you guys know, I was out in Biarritz and Bilbao for the last couple of days, but today my trip comes to an end, and I'll be making the return flight back to London. So, currently boarding the aircraft in Biarritz in the real world. If you check my flight plan, or at least my flight number, which is FR, where is it? 373, isn't it? I'm probably doing this all wrong, aren't I? Sheesh. Right, sorry, I do apologise. Yeah, Ryanair 373 into flight radar 24. You'll be able to track my flight and catch me out in the real world. So, yeah, we're doing this from a turnaround startup because the aircraft would have made a couple of flights today. This would be probably the final one for being cleaned up for the morning. So, yeah, let's go straight into the setup. Make sure that the sorry, these two actually turn them all off. Sorry, because I need to refuel the aircraft first. Let's do fuel first, shall we? So weight and balance. Both tanks come to maximum and accept. There we go. Right, so the fuel truck can now disappear. As you do leave, it gives a bit of a light show as well. Should always be appreciated because X-Plane 11 is dynamic lighting. Minus the terminal trying to exist, usually is pretty good. Well, just fix something there by accident. Oh, well, it's just the chimes only, don't you worry. Drawyah, I've not messed something up just yet. Right, heating set is required, that's all fine. Packs are all off, beats are all off. Isolation valve possibly set to auto, be useful. Power's already active, and the two left pumps for the APU. Go down here, set the aircraft up for its flight plan, so it's Lima Foxtrot Bravo Zulu Biarritz to Stansted, Golf Sierra Sierra. No company, retype that in manually. FR1373. Passing from runway 09, no, 27, isn't it? Yeah, 27. It's fine, reserves 1.1, costing next to 23. Cruising at 340. Oh, someone just joined in. Biarritz Tower, well played. And then the centre is 199. What? Can we even get to 199? Don't think so. 199.998 for Auto Centre. Don't think we're going to get very far with that one. Anyways, we'll plug that in. Execute. Winds. Average wind, sorry. Bring that back up. Something at 04. 202 to 044. 202 44. Next thing's next, N1 limits, set that, and then no takeoff until we plug in our route. So, flight plan today, so you start the passenger boarding and all that, so you can start and you can start. Right, first waypoint is Vavix. Database, oh great, okay. Do we have a Vavix departure? No. Right, we'll go straight into how much of the route can we plug in? Or do we just play it safe and go for the company route, which I think I will do. Yes, it's not realistic, unfortunately. Okay, maybe not then. Departure, it really wants to put in a runway. Okay, 27 on the anything heading northward. Yeah, this is the rare time where I've got a dilemma of not being able to do this properly because I'm an idiot. Now it's going to have to be then that one, just for the sake of getting something out, heading north. Activate. compute, index, and I want to go to next, routes, so stats, EGSS. No, don't have the company routes this one either. I actually did not download one, so right, let's see what legs we've got and what we can work with. So no Vavix. Do we have Charlie November Alpha? Yes, we do. Okay, so not completely messed up. Although, yeah, we Cognac for France, not Carolina. 184 to 2-part. Un-861 to
Biarritz pour
Dick
sortir de la charge du
Un-185.
Biarritz, Sierra Alpha, les postes Charlie 2.
No, okay. Which means Adlog might not be there.
Je roule à la porte de Charlie 2.
Okay.
Je vous rappelle pour Peter.
And then can we go to Tel2, which I hope we can do. No. Okay, so it's a half-baked flight plan we've got here. As long as it can lead us north, that should be enough. Hi there, Biarritz Tower. This is Ryanair 461 uniform, requesting IFR feed IFR to Stansted. See what we can try and squeeze out of this.
Ryanair 461 uniform, good evening sir. Clear to Echo Golf Sierra Sierra, runway in use 27, VAFI 8 Fox departure, initial level 080 and squawk 5670.
Runway 27 in use and squawking 4670, although we do not have the VAFA 8 Foxtrot departure. Best we can do is ENSA for November. So that's 4670.
Ryanair 461 uniform, squawk 5670.
5670. 5670, Ryanair 461 uniform.
Ryanair 1 uniform, request correct, report ready for push start.
Okay. Well, he's not questioned that, so we'll keep it ready to go as that. Bring these two on, and passengers will be ready to go. So, doors close. Ground services will start with GPU.
Fréquence approuvée, merci d'être passé sur Biarritz ce soir et bonne soirée, à bientôt. Merci surtout à vous d'avoir ouvert. Bonne soirée, à la prochaine.
And ground handling we will get rid of, so it all can, I was going to say drive away, but hide all this job as well, I guess. But not quite as realistically. Right, AP starting up now. Seatbelt sign on. Everything is on as required right now. 340 and 340 on the altitude. And we should be pushing back in about 1 minute, so time-wise we're doing pretty good, I guess. Degrees of flat, center gravity set 1, 2, 3. So 1, 3, 1 rotate. Better push back. Pre-planned that for a straight line that way. I presume that's taxiway line. No, taxiway line's down there. It's just a
Ground to
open mode.
cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
CPU active, AP read on, GPU off, and ground disconnect. As far as I'm aware, we are now ready for push and starts. One quick double check of everything else. All looks good, all looks good. Flight directors are on and on. Ryanair 461 uniform, ready for push and start.
Ryanair 1 uniform, push and
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Push and start approved. Ryanair 461 uniform. Alright, so tug comes in now. You'll get yourselves to the aircraft, and then we'll make our way backwards. There is an aircraft to our left I spotted in the pushback view, but he seems to have disconnected straight away. Ouch, I hurt my feelings. Yeah, I think there's another guy as well on the ground, quite close to it, for a lot of what's going on. Oh no! Oh. Those are airport taxiway signs. And that's another one. Okay. Maybe I'm seeing things. Hallucinating on the flight deck,
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
It's fine, you can connect. Guess while I'm waiting I can set up the trim, 3-4 foot. Three, 4, 4. While I'm here. QH1000, that should be set for 4, yes it is. Yeah, that's looking pretty good right now.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released. We can start our engines.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Engine to start. Engine 2 active. Engine 1 will start in the seconds. There we go. Engine 1 active. Yeah, terminal in Biarritz looks fairly small, so at least for my real world navigating through it, shouldn't be that much of a job. And there it is, my good old Delta Yankee Alpha 737. While we're here pushing back, and increase up the panels for the required brightness, since this is going to be a nighttime flight, and therefore probably would need something to keep the panels visible. A little bit of flood lighting as well, but nothing too drastic. Same for the overhead panel and the circuit breaker. Dome lights off. Power on the engines, bleeds switch, packs on, APU off.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set, flaps down to 10.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Brakes will set reject takeoff as soon as we get to the runway. Everything else as required. Actually, not just yet. Lighting sets. There we go. Now all set as required. I'm sitting in 26F for this flight today. Again, check my flights into Flight Radar 24. You'll be able to see this aircraft now active, as well as starting its own taxi to the runway. take some hand signals.
Cell is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Sounds good. Test lights come on. Ryanair 461 uniform, ready to taxi.
Ryanair 1 uniform, taxi to holding point November, runway 27.
Taxi holding point November, runway 27, Ryanair 461 uniform. Right, let's go to the runway. Yeah, goodbye glitchy terminal of Biarritz. You're a lot of fun to go through, and also very small, so it was nice and easy. A little bit more throttle just for the sake of taxi. Otherwise, you're looking pretty much fine. Holding point November, it's basically the holding point right at the end there. I believe there'll be a bit of a backtrack. I mean, coming into land, I did notice that there was a turnaround point. I mean, yeah, I've got good reason to believe that we've got a backtrack here at Biarritz. We're getting down to the end of the runway. Well, you've got to be careful here as well. You are taxiing downhill. As the runway does dip in the middle before climbing the other end. Means a slightly faster acceleration off the get-go. But then we've also got to climb the runway at the other end. Alright, so hold position here. Parking brake set. Ryanair 461 uniform is holding short November, ready for backtrack and departure.
Ryanair 1 uniform backtrack, runway 27.
Backtrack 27, Ryanair 461 uniform. Set brakes as required, parking brake released, and all looks good. You can come on as well. And since it is night time, actually, leg lights are required. So there we can see the Ryanair Angel. Used to be a Harp. And so the aircraft there. Runway will be clear as the controller here has got control of the runway. Always good to just double check anyone coming into approach here at Biarritz, since it was a fair bit of aircraft coming. Actually, last time I was doing this recording for the flights to Biarritz, we had quite a lot of controllers going on here as well, so that was certainly a nice bonus. But as for my flight back, I don't think we're going to get as much love in the UK with the Stansted controllers. We may get a bit of Bordeaux Centre again, but I'm not sure how long though. A bit more throttle in, just as we are on a runway going uphill. Now like a tiny little bit, there we go. Let's turn the aircraft around, so this one will be a clockwise. Yeah, I've always loved the turnaround points on airport runways. In this case, a very nicely done one that, and pretty much bang onto the aircraft's nose.
Ryanair 461 uniform runway 27, clear for takeoff. Winds 170 degrees, 6 and
Clear for takeoff, Ryanair 461 uniform. Right, happy with both engines, that comes on, N1 set. Keep the nose down, this is going downhill. And then get ready for the 80 knots call out. Knots. Quite awkward if it's on a downhill stretch with the rotate. V1, rotate. Positive brake, gear up. Four hundreds. Flaps up one. There we go. Enjoying the beautiful nighttime scenery of Biarritz, France. Anyways, we'll let the autopilot do its job now. Clear the flaps and knock the landing gear in place. Right hand side, we'll definitely get all the views. Left hand side, I actually get a fair bit of the motorway and all that. I'm sure a nighttime departure in France is about as beautiful as looking right now. Yeah, so it's been quite a smooth flight back to the UK, so that we need to worry about. Make sure the cockpit is secure as well. Not keep that open during takeoff, especially. Yeah, I do hope for departure into direction on Sunday, especially sitting on the right hand side at night. This coastal city would look fantastic from the passenger window. You can see the runway lights in distance as well there on the right.
Ryanair 461 uniform, your leave my airspace, switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a good flight here and thank you to flying Biarritz. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, have a great evening, and we're off to Unicom 2.8 for an 461 uniform. I love this guy, he's so kind. He thanks you flying to Biarritz. He thanks you for flying to Biarritz. It's like an unknown airport that this Brit just came out of nowhere and flew to. Yeah, so kind, so much love from these guys. Anyways, 1 to 2.8. Wait, am I as a Brit defending the French? Have I shamed my entire family for generations to come? Nah, it's always a bit. sorry. Yeah, sorry. A bit of a flu these last couple of days. Anyways, I was saying, yeah, always nice to have a very nice controller to fly with, and that's about 1,000 more feet to go until we turn off the landing lights and then just sit back and relax for the entirety of this one. And dome lights, we'll set that to dim just for the sake of seeing things. Otherwise, everything that should be set has been set as required. Perfect. Yes, the views on the right hand side. I think we're going to be a little more interested in. She's now about to fly back over the mainland France. And then when we touch any water, we'll be over the English Channel. that means the seatbelt sign is now free to come off. Right, so continuing our climb, we've got left-hand turn come up shortly. So our first waypoint, Stephen the Sid. Now I guess we're on our way to London. Again, just a reminder, if you guys are interested, do check out my alternative channel, Europe Overload, and on that one I've been doing a lot of the travel blogs and stuff, and a few videos of what I was doing in Biarritz. So if you're interested in some of my real world contents, then yeah, do over to that channel, where things are starting to fill up a bit now. Right, passing through 22,000 now, 220. Now, next turn is now just on top of us. Yeah, 20 miles. We'll be at that point in 3 minutes. go, so making turn now. So the cloud cover definitely put a little bit on top of the scenery. But that being said, also over the rural France, we won't really get much to see down below. Maybe a bit of Bordeaux from the left hand side, so nothing I get to see in the real world, so I'll be on the right hand side. But yeah, so from up here, not really much to see. Our route takes us through the centre of France, so slightly closer to the coastline, compared to our journey heading north. Sorry, journey heading south, back on Friday. Though flight time stays about the same at 2 hours, so that won't be much of a difference. Winds are though slightly better for us right now, and provides a little bit of a push. Since Durko's the last waypoint, I hate to do this, but it's going to have to be a approach set right now. As for which one, let me have a look at some charts for Stansted airports. Yeah, having a look. Jet views is quite nice. We'll have a look at that one. Yeah, so my last waypoint's Durko, isn't it? Yeah, Durko. Which does actually appear. Oh no, no, it doesn't. Okay, something did, but not enough. Dover appears, and you're on a try Abbott 1 Delta, or even Abbott 1 Echo. That may help me. Do we have a 1 Echo? Yes, we do. And so if I was to do that, let's go to step-by-step view. How does that look for the actual approach? Go to det, which is not looking too bad actually. Zoom in. And this being a star, kind of self-manages out. Yeah, det 32 to Abbott comes in. Yeah, as long as we can get the path into Abbott. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Sounds good. So we've got our process upset, like I said, a little bit earlier than I'd like to do, but just for the sake of getting the aircraft's navigation and waypoints to go through the rest of the flights. So I don't exactly have a company route to follow, and my waypoints are out of date by a couple of months. Then yeah, always good to kind of get in early. With no visible tower at the moment in the UK. I check the map quickly and show you guys as well, just bring you guys with me. Switch to desktop. So, there's me, Ryanair 61 uniform. We've got you, Air France 57 Alpha Quebec to my left. Not sure if I'm VATSIM or not. Yeah, you're offline, fair enough, so you don't really matter to me. We're going to Paris. Yeah, all controllers seem to have disconnected slowly over time. Got a friend over here, who are you? Kilvuk. Ah, you're the guy who did the you did one of the Boeing flights on the 50th anniversary. I'll try and find you for that one. Well, you definitely fly fairly often, so probably not. But yeah, I remember seeing one of your flights. Send a tug or activate toga. Always doesn't know what to fly. Yeah, mine's fairly standard. YouTube, Flights.com reviewing rides are. Join me as I fly around Europe, the fly reaching out, blah blah blah. And it's just Ryanair, 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 Ryanair. Achievements all fairly standard. And user overview. This is just all in and around Europe. Not much going on outside. See our latest Biarritz hop, and shortly we'll have a hop from Athens to Lemnos, and I fly to that island over here in 2 weeks. So on May the 10th I fly to Athens, and on May the 10th I also fly to Lemnos. All those who play Arma 3 will recognise it as Altis. Very excited for that trip, let me tell you that for a fact. Not been so hyped for a trip since Lappeenranta back in 2018. Although I would like to go to Lappeenranta again this December, but I'll have to see what the timing does for me. What's down here? Ah, it's Heathrow, right. Yeah, I don't fly to Heathrow very often. Always Stansted, sometimes Luton. And how many hours do I have on this so far? 433 hours apparently. Gosh, average landing 174. And 433 in 38 flights. Come on guys, not that crazy my flight record. Surely not. Surely not. Right, so we're at cruising altitude now, 340. We shall be for the remainder of this flights. Like before, I'll probably be watching a few YouTube videos that I got on YouTube Red. Just kind of watch those as time goes by. Catch up on a few channels videos I may have missed out on over time.
miles to go.
There we go. With a change right on the left hand here. Although it's now fairly far behind us, that's the collection of lights in distance over on the horizon. Now we don't really go over a major city until we get towards the UK. We may get one over the coast of France. Other than that, it's fairly rural right until the northern coast of the English Channel. Just a reminder, if you're tuning in now, that this flight is currently live with me on boards, FR1373. Yes, it's a premiere, but it's a premiere recreating a real-world flights that I'm on board right now. And as I say, the upcoming flights I'm on the real world are 2 flights on May 10th. Ryanair from Luton to Athens, then Athens to Lemnos in a Q400 by Agent. Well, Olympic Airlines rather than Aegean. Olympic Airlines do service the short-haul flights. Is it Olympic? Or is it the other one? No, it's Olympic, for sure. So yeah, the Olympic Airlines for... No! Yes! Sorry, yes. Olympic Airlines. My mind's a bit all over the place, I do apologise. And then, yeah, midweek, I then fly from Lemnos back to Athens, and that's the 15th. And then on the 19th, and then fly back from Athens to Stansted. So for me it's a trip of 2 areas to really enjoy. But yeah, a few flights in between as well. And of course vlogs all week on my channel, my alternative channel, Europe Overload. So do tune in for that as well if you're interested. So we're a third way into the flight. We are 25 minutes airborne, with about 45 minutes to an hour left until we land in London. Position wise, we are central France now, just to the just to the southwest of Poitiers, if you know where that is at all. But it's a little while until we get anywhere closer to the north. And if we go to the projects fly map, that's always a bit of fun. Let's have a look at who's flying right now, what's going on in terms of activity. And Heathrow's got a few planes. Stansted's fairly simple, so no need to worry about any aircraft landing there. A few controls coming up in the US, bring a bit of life into that. Just got a friend pilot over there. Who are you? Seafault. With you, let's see if I can double check that. No, it's not you that I'm looking for. Seafold did the also was on the Boeing 747-50 flights. He also did one of those drawings. Who's the one I was thinking of? The one who has the smart idea of image. I think it's Mainbrain actually. There's a logbook, Norwegian. Yeah, I just love how he uses the X-Plane 11 images to actually create the aircraft image of that, because it's a correct shade of grey, it's perfectly matching. I think it's just a really smart way of doing it. It looks great. I mean, all the screenshots of the aircraft, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like when they're all the same. They're all like, it's not templates, it's no, the word has completely escaped me there. But uniform, that's it. All the images for the aircraft are uniform with one another, and it just looks really good. Ooh, back. A couple of Boeing flights in there. Although none of these I think are celebratory flights in there, just private Boeing 777s. But yeah, very well made these images. Massive praise to this guy, Mainbrain, for his work on that. I do like him. There you go, leaves near there if you're interested in ever stalking this guy. Yeah, he's doing a fair bit around the world. I must say, compared to me, I'm very much still stuck in Europe. No, that's not me. I'm looking at that for a second thinking, oh wow, maybe I've done a bit more in the US. No, there we go. And sadly, the flights in the US over here, slightly misrepresented. Because that should look a little more like that. Just give it a second to load up. There we go. 747 in the sky for the 50th anniversary. And you've also got the other flight I did, which was basically a recreation of what the original flights was like in the first 747. Yeah, hour and 53 minutes, so about right with that, 2-hour flight time. You got the inflation so Biarritz to London Stansted. Current heading, distance, cruise speed, well that's the basic information you know. And this here shows the rest of the information. So been in the air for 30 minutes now, half an hour. And it's another 39 minutes till we arrive. And after than that, I think is pretty much standard with a normal 737 flight I normally do these. Though once I'm back from Greece, I'm sure that my Saturday and Sunday live streams will start to be a little bit more regular, because I have a bit more time to actually do proper video recording and all that. Right now my time is very busy, especially with work and all that, but I'm hoping by May things will kind of steady on a little bit, and I'll just have time to actually get my life back in a straight line. yeah, not too much to look at, like I say, on the ground. Clouds definitely picking up. If I do a quick weather check for Stansted, okay, no clouds detected, so it's 998 QNH, no clouds, visibility 10 miles, winds are at 9 knots heading 160, so yeah, we are 2-2 landing for sure. 9 knots means that it's a little heavier than it was landing at Biarritz earlier. That's Gatwick traffic actually talking there, Golf Kilo Kilo traffic. So obviously we are now in range of some of the British airports. I mean, landings in about 250-300 miles. Yeah, 300 miles. So it's not particularly long distance to go really. Especially bear in mind that we don't actually need to use a center tank for this flight. Very much just on the left and right hand sides. One thing I do want to try out is that for this trip to Biarritz, I ordered a cable data adapter, so I can plug my GoPro and action cameras into my phone and laptop, so I can just edit it all quickly. So what I want to do is just plug it in and see if all works as it should. Next, that's from the computer. Probably a little harsh than I should be doing, but it's not damaging it in any way, at least. Right, so this goes into the bottom of the phone. This plugs into USB. Oh, it's a bit tight, but it's done it. And then in here is the GoPro. Out, so any GoPro Hero 7 White. Only reason I bought a white was because it was cheap, literally no other reason, because it's not exactly the most outstanding camera ever. Turn that on. USB connected, it's detected it. Android system, GoPro Hero 7 White, view files, perfect. Now go into files, go to no, browse, internal, external storage, no. Okay, I'll go into downloads, see if that works. There we go. Right, desync. There. I think that's done it. Copy 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Forgot about these videos. Although best to have them. So no, go to that one. You should play it. It's a sound file, but it's an MP4, so awkward. presume then 31st. Yeah, talk to myself a little bit. But if I can get this all working as it should, then that does make me a lot happier. The way this all sets up quite nicely. Copy to SD cards. Folder. Well, that works like a charm. Oh, couldn't copy. Why not? Oh, okay, maybe I spoke too soon there. GoPro. Maybe because I just didn't have enough storage to copy all this stuff. Let me try doing this section by section, or deleting some of the older stuff. Because yeah, I've got a feeling actually it might just been a storage thing where I can't actually save it due to the fact I've run out of space on this card. Right, so I've just done. How much did I delete? Can't be 10 gigs free because it was beforehand. Might do a lot of my. Yeah, a lot of this needs to go as well. I'll do that at some point soon. In fact, out of all these photos, there's only one I want to keep. That's the one 4K video on here. Ooh, 1000, okay, I'll let that delete in the background. And while that does that, double check my flight, how this is doing right now. So 80 miles until we reach our next waypoints. Durko in how many minutes? 10 minutes. And straight to Det, which will be also where my star starts. So top of the descent is how far away? 150 miles to the top of the descent. Okay, it's not a particularly long distance. Stats. Got a little bit more France to see on the left hand side. Right hand side still quite clear. Then the coastal border of France. Because we're about to fly over this place. Very neat. I presume it's that then, just there. Yeah, not too far away from the northern border. We're not quite flying over the same spot as we did last time, which was over Le Havre, which is to the right. This time, so we're going straight for this past the border over Cherbourg. There you go, top percent, now within 160 miles. ETA, according to virtual Ryanair, is now at 26 minutes. Maybe half an hour, I'd say no. Definitely a bit longer than that, I'd say maybe 45 minutes to landing myself. Again, never trust that bar at the top. Always seems to be a little bit too fast for what it tries to say.
Ago.
Quick weather change, wreaking havoc on the aircraft as per usual. Because as always, the default explain weather changes can be a little harsh, to say the least. Right, so we've got one aircraft inbound for Stansted now. He's at 15,000 though, so he will most likely have landed long before I even come close, top of the descent. I mean, that's still another 80 miles away from me. I then reach Dirico by 22:13. Oh, sorry, that's next waypoint in 2 minutes. Okay, no, so we've got Dirico and then Det, which is our next waypoint, which will be the one that we're interested in seeing how it takes us to arrive at. So there's the right hand turn. It's 22:31, the next waypoint, so 19 minutes. Been at this turn for a little while now. The wind's pushing us, or the aircraft's just doing so rather slowly, but it has straightened itself out now. Yeah, we were turning for a little bit there. We've got the passenger view. Didn't realise you already left France. Yeah, okay, so you have just left the coast of France. Now the English Channel. So, English Channel crossing should take not too long. We're runway 22. We need to come in over the north of Stansted. I mean, we do fly along the southeast of England for a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely one of the longer channel crossings available, especially from this position here. So, not too long now to get over to the UK, and also very soon we start our top of descents. Alright, 30 miles to go now. Our approach has been set, although... sorry, pardon me. Still got that flu going. Make sure we've got Stansted set up properly. So 1105.223. 1105. 223. So that's our approach now, ready to go. Woo, there we go. 223. Remember that the intercept for the ILS is 2,500 at Stansted. So I'll just lower the altitude to 2,500 on the main autopilot set up there. So turn off the dome lights now, since we do not require that. And turn on some of the floodlights as well, just for the sake of visibility. I think we just cut off completely. Floodlight down here, we'll keep that one going. Yes, that one mainly I wanted to cut off. Right, let me set up the altitude now. This needs to be at 2,500. Yeah, 5 miles to go. Let's announce that we are descending. We've also got the UK visible display as well.
The schedule and the weather conditions are looking good at our destination. We'll be touching down in less than 30 minutes, so do make your way back to your seats. Thanks for choosing to fly with us today, and it's been a pleasure having you on board.
Right, so because we have got Orbex England going on, this nighttime scenery here should look should be a bit of a looker, actually, definitely. So get a proper road network mapped out and all that. The there we go, something just popped up in the distance over there, another airport. Yeah, the ground mapping here should all be great at night. Should be a nice set of visuals while we do approach. London will be to my left now. It's very far in the distance. We don't really fly up to the city, we kind of just avoid it heading south. Yes, that'll be Brighton Airport just to my left. Passing through 26,000, flight level 260. In a couple of minutes we'll get everything ready to go for the landing. So like I said, I've reset the runway course and ILS frequencies. Now all we've got to do is set up the flaps and landing lights. Once we are low enough to bring those up at 10,000. I believe that's Gatwick actually, not Brighton. I was saying earlier. I mean, yeah, the dual runway layout, I have to say in quotation marks, the way it all fits together, and that was actually looking more like Gatwick Airport. Apologies for the misinformation there. That just north of it will be not Brighton Norton, sorry, what am I on about? That'll be Biggin Hill. Just there. Or it could be that one. Sorry, that's Biggin, that's Red Hill. And then this over here will be Central London, which means in the very far distance, I mean that there is Houses of Parliament, yes. London City, somewhere just in the darkness where it's not loaded in the lighting just yet, right on the edge of the load radius. Right, coming up to 20,000 now, 200. And yeah, traffic's going to start getting a little bit busier now. A few aircraft coming in from either side. And okay, try and keep my speed up to limit required for separation. So there's a bit of a queue for me at Heathrow now. Just a few aircraft messaging each other to kind of avoid any mid-air collisions or too shallow spacing. I'll keep traffic limited. Right, 2,000 feet above me, although descending. Just to my left, it's another aircraft. I'll keep an eye out for them. Ooh, hang on. So I can see the night lighting, but I just don't see any physical models. Because yeah, I see the planes flashing just above me. Okay, so it's not completely rubbish, the LOD radius for AI aircraft and X-plane. You don't show the model, but you will show the lighting at the very least. Okay, that's very useful to know, especially for night flies. Right, that'll be North Wales to my left now. Keep an eye out for London City. That'll be that one. Heathrow and North are either side of London, and just too much to kind of load in order to ever see that, so we'll kind of ignore them. It really is a very beautiful flight, this Orbex England South. The whole Orbex is. I mean, they recently announced Washington. I might say that. They've recently announced Orbex Washington, which they've previewed 3 screenshots of that. So it looks like they're now going to go state by state in the US. Trying to get as much scenery out of that. But yeah, the whole Orbex setup is rather fantastic. I'm very much a fan of it. Not owner of all of it, but there is a lot they're doing, which really does push the limits of the flight simulator. The X-Plane platform has definitely modernised all of that, and really kind of showed what a simulator can be. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the airflow of this aircraft, like no other flight simulator for entertainment purposes, like go this much level of detail. So, you know, the flight model, the wind surface around the aircraft, the actual like flight modelling and all that. It's a very, very well done simulator, this by Laminar Research. I'm very much a fan of it. Right, drag required. So it's plane down. Also get itself ready for landing. Cruising's a little bit too late, but we've got plenty of time to really slow down, don't we? We've still got to get to Abbott, so yeah, no, that's pretty much on time then, on spot. Uh, 009 on the altimeter. Sorry, 998. There we go. And times below 10,000, we'll set that. That's Stansted Airport coming to view now. And so very shortly, we'll start our landing there. Spoilers disarm. Let's bring the aircraft below 10,000. So when we get to Abbott, we get about halfway between our next waypoint in Abbott, Detar and Abbott. Then we will start the flaps and proper slowdown for the aircraft. This will be a slightly, I guess, faster approach in. Shouldn't cause much of a hassle for us. Flaps down 1. Flaps down 2. Yeah, soon. Very soon. We'll be down there. Oh, FedEx is still on the ground. He's very likely finished taxiing, but yeah, he's still on the ground, so we're not going to be totally alone at Stansted. EGS traffic. Whoops, X. EGSS traffic. Descending to 2,500 via the Abbott 1 Echo approach for runway 22. Nice and steady approaching. Fairly slow, but nothing too bad. And then the Abbott waypoint is just ahead now, 10 miles to our left turn. Now the aircraft's level for 5,000, which is the altitude of Abbott. They go 4606. And left hand turn will take us right down to 2,500. And we'll stick it onto landing modes. There we go. So we are now connected to the localizer. Will be established in a matter of minutes. 3 minutes we're established. Now, I've not done a night landing like this in a little while, but it's no real difference to a daytime landing. Especially as I'm now definitely growing quite confident in my X-plane landings. Before I used to be fairly scared of them, I guess. Flaring too early and idling the throttle, which has caused me to stall and create fairly shocking landings. But as time went on, I kind of landed aircraft more, got more used to the feel of it. Yeah, I guess I've just grown more confident in landing my aircraft on this sim. Really, it's just a case of practice, practice, practice. Eventually you'll get good at it.
Thousand to go.
Uh, 140 my approach speed is. One more flap setting, we'll save that for the gear to lower. So brake set to 2. Runway at Stansted is just over 3 kilometers long, so it's a nice and long runway here, as always. And we'll only use about half of it for landing, and then vacating for taxi to the runway, taxi to the gate even. Taxi to the runway, we're not departing again just yet, so don't you worry. Stick on localizer. We'll Be established in 25 seconds. "20 seconds. Established runway 22 Echo Golf Sierra Sierra." Gear down, flaps down. Are we above or below? We're above the rise slope pit.
1,000 to go. 1,000 to go. 2,500.
Right, so a little high right now, but nothing a little bit of steep descent won't be able to counteract. And as soon as the pink diamond makes its way back up the PFD again, we'll then stick it back onto normal approach. There we go. Well played, Drawyah. So down to about 1,000 now. I'll let the aircraft stabilise itself before I do take control again.
1,000 feet stabilized, missing bridge altitude set.
Yeah, not particularly stabilised, I'd say. Just a little bit shaky there, thanks to the approach I made. But just going to keep the aircraft going nevertheless. Yeah, the FedEx is still around, so that's always good to see.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
300. 200. 100.
I've really got a feeling this will be a slightly hard landing to my usual.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, 70 feet, maybe not. First thrust cut. Apply a little bit of throttling just to keep the aircraft going. There we go. Welcome to Stansted. Clear of runway 22 Echo Sierra Sierra. Excellent landing, 70 feet per minute. I'll claim that. I'll certainly claim that. Switch over to taxi lights. Flaps can now come up. And the APU will also start up on our way to the gates. So, didn't play the song when we touched down. Well, that's more likely due to the fact that this is a nighttime flight, and nighttime flights don't get the music fanfare when we land on time or early. Like daytime flights, these are called quiet flights. Basically, at times after and before sunset, it's no music, no fanfare, less adverts. Only in the daytime do Ryanair spew us all of ads throughout the flights. So make a right hand turn here, and park one of the gates on the left. And we'll go through 3 left. There we go. Not quite sure where the taxiway lines are right now. I presume this is a line here. Right, for this one. Yeah, 3-3. So I'm not sure if we're actually on left or right now. I think we're just on the centre. But as long as we get somewhere to park the aircraft up, that'll do us fine. Right, nice and straight. And stop. Parking brake set. Switch over the APUs, packs off, engines off. See, but I never actually went on in the end. Oops. As long as the passengers knew that they'd put them on before landing. Yeah, obviously a part of my checklist I did forget to do that. Oops, my fault. Anyways, yeah, fuel pumps all off. Tax lights off, logo lights off, strobes off, off and off. Well, technically I could have the logo lights on, but I don't know if you'll let me deboard the aircraft like that anyways. Back, doors. Oh, okay, you will do. So, open the doors, bring in the vehicles as required. Yes, this is the last flight of the day. We'll be requiring a full shutdown for this one, so have it full bright lights. Off, 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 off. Open the cockpit door. All off, all off. Once GPU is connected, we can bring that on and shut off the APU. That come off now. This we reset to 0. At least that's down to 100 actually. No, okay, let's go to 0. They can stay on, doesn't matter. Probe heats off. Window heats off. Fuel dampener off. That all power source off minus ground power. Whoops. RS we don't require anymore, so it means these can now go off as well. Speed down to 100. Heading centered at 360. Course doesn't really matter either. FMCs, just leave that on legs. And for the aircraft flights tomorrow, ground crew will have that all sorted. Right, turn the tablet off. Passengers are deboarding. By the time they have left all the aircraft, it's in just a case of shutting the aircraft down entirely, which means ground power off and emergency lights off, along with the battery. And just like that, the aircraft will now be cleared. Oh yeah, and while we're at it, sorry, back to the tablets. This will be controlled within the cabin rather than tablet. I believe it'll come off the battery anyway. But cabin lighting. That's to take off landing. Let's shut it all off, isn't it? And then night sleep. That's about the same, doesn't really matter. Right, back and off. We can now leave the aircraft, close the door behind us, and leave the rest of the passengers for our own journeys back home. Yeah, not a bad overall landing, that. The whole flight wasn't too bad either. If I quickly go and shut off the exits now and just quickly clear up the aircraft and all that is required. And I'll go for a quick look at the replays. Close, close, close. And export box, disconnect. Let's go to replay modes. Stick it in a short bit before landing. There we go, that'll do.
2500.
So yeah, the aircraft's a little bit shaky due to the way I chose to approach. But other than that, it's all pretty much standard approaching. Not too much to look at really, bear in mind it is just pitch black night from outside. But yeah, the approach itself, fairly simple. Lights come into view as we get to the very edge of the airport. Go over the airport perimeter. Over the runway threshold. And then coming in ever so gently for a touchdown. Yeah, once again went for the reverse thrust in the air. Just to again slow the aircraft down, bring us onto the ground nice and firmly for that. Just like that, aircraft leaves the runway. So we do the same for the external view as well. No point doing the right hand side window because really nothing to look at. Whoops. Not quite, yeah. No, a little more forward. There we go, that'll do.
2500.
So stick on the exterior view. Now it comes into approach. So at this point we're still in the fairly steep downwards approach, just going to get load the aircraft into the airport. But very shortly you'll again see it pull up, and that's where the aircraft balances itself out for the approach into Stansted. There we go. So we can now switch the aircraft around. Go for this view. I'm not sure how visible it will be at night time. Playing on night vision won't make it much better either. But yeah, we won't be able to see the reverse thrust. Let's hit a reverse thrust. Come into action. The aircraft it's a few feet above the ground. Go. I will say, until the ground effects came into play, you could kind of see what I was saying there. Used to be a certain type of landing. We were descending at a fairly heavy approach for the last couple of seconds there. Like I say, looks a bit heavier than usual, but obviously you get it in the last second, which kind of leveled things out a bit. Yeah, without much of a show after that. And it's landed Stansted quite nicely. So yeah, I think now's a good time to bring this one to an end, because it is almost midnight now. In fact, what time is it on the tablet? 22:50. So actually it's more like 11 o'clock, but I do need to figure out my own way to get to London. So that will be that for today. So, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. You enjoyed the premiere even. I'm now back in the UK, and my next journey will be in 2 weeks, where I'm going to Greece. So do keep an eye out for that. Although next Sunday, actually, I never talked about the entire premiere there, but next Sunday will also be my first actual training flight lesson in the microlight stuff. So that we've also got to look forward to as well. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed the premiere. Leave a like if you did, do subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Good night.